All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's just go ahead, get started here. Another midnight run study session. Tomorrow we got to get started on machine learning. Oh, continue on machine learning for real. Because I'm falling way behind. June was a lot of slacking off. Let me just get this stuff up and running here. Check, check, check. All right. Audio levels look good. All right. Okay. Let's get our handy dandy notebook out. And we left off at adversarial prompting. Did write a little bit of notes down. Let's see. Creating a technical guide for adversarial prompting. Um, so we can get rid of that little extra space that was there. As always, hit that like button on your way in. Please and thank you. And don't be shy to ask questions about anything. I love answering questions, helping people out, so on and so forth. Okay. So, now case study, and we are here with the adversarial prompting for a news agency. And again, we're just copying all the notes because all of this material is just so good. I think this is the last chapter of like uh concepts and frameworks. The rest of the course is like developer stuff. JW, how's it going? um so yeah, let me go ahead and move my cell phone out the way here. So context, um so yeah, we have that there. Details, practical tips. All right, so again, we are using logseek or logsec, which can be downloaded for free on the internet. It is free and open source. It's a note taking application. Um, I don't know if I would call it a note taking application. It's pretty much an app. Well, you can use it for note taking, but the general idea is to write your notes in outline format. So you have like a hierarchy. And what this does, at least for me, is to be able to see how things relate to each other hierarchically, however you say that word, as opposed to long form writing, which is the form that we're used to, like paragraph form, multiple paragraphs, where you can't really see the forest from the trees, right? You just see a big fat forest. Which some people prefer that, and in some use cases, that is preferred. So let's say if I was writing an essay, of course, I would never writing in outline format, but I would write the plans out on how I was going to write the essay out in um, outline format. And of course, once you have things planned out in outline format, again, this depends on how you read, how you learn, so on and so forth. Then you could easily, translate that over into an essay if you know how. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and bold this. So we're going to select the entire row, double click, or is it triple click? Yeah, triple click, and then type 2 stars. Logseq will automatically add 2 stars on the back of the text as well. And then we're going to tap this. Step 1, step 2. And then we're going to have this underneath there. So again, you see how we have it according to the tabs, you know what relates to what, as opposed to where if this was in long form and it wasn't in bold, you have to kind of like infer what relates to what. That's where it is essentially spelled out for you here. Okay. Um, Case study continued. So, so this case study is: say you are tasked with creating a technical guide for adversarial prompting for a news agency. Um, as a prompt engineer, your task is to design prompts that challenge the language models at the back end to generate more nuanced and balanced responses. Actually, we're actually going to do because this part, I mean, we're about 60% done of the document. And again, if this is the rest of, if this is the rest, the conceptual framework portion of the course, then we'll get into some synthesis as well. And we may actually, I think we'll do some more courses, then we'll get into some synthesis. Um, Generate more nuanced and balanced responses in the context of journalism. Adversarial prompting here can help journalists refine their stories by exposing LLMs to conflicting and contrasting information. Okay, so this is continued. So step 2, design adversarial prompts. Okay. Nuance and balance. All right, so this is kind of like the overview. Yeah, this outlining the steps here. And then here, they're kind of like giving you the prompts. So in step 1, understand the story, context, and goal. And step 2 to kind of give the idea. And then here's the implementation of that idea. Okay. So they didn't give an example of step 1. So step 1 is just explaining it. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So template for the news story on a controversial political topic. Journalists can use the following prompts. Okay. So for step 2, we have our step here. Actually, let's create a steps. Yeah, definition 1, definition 2, how it works, use based situations, and then we'll create a. Okay, let's do this. So 3 hashtags for bold. I think that's H3. Yeah, how's it going? Um, so this is kind of like our outline. So actually, let's put everything here. We're going to take everything out of here in the example, and we're going to put it in our steps node. And then in our example, our scenario example, we are going to refer context. And then step 1, we're going to refer by right clicking on the node, copy block reference, and then paste. Copies the address. So again, we don't have to duplicate this text again. We just need to refer to it. So we click on that, it refers to the text from before. We won't worry about the newer days. We can segment this off. So let's say we can say like this is adversarial prompting, put that into a link that onto today's date. But I just want to keep everything in one place to avoid confusion. Minimize friction and minimize confusion. Okay, understand the goal. And here we don't have an example of step 1, so we're just going to go to step 2. We're going to right click on this node of step 2, copy block reference, step 2. Now we do have an example of step 2 in our scenario. So design adversarial prompts, template, and then we could do this. For example, let me see how the template for the news story, controversial topics. Okay. We could put that there, and then we can create a node here, and then tap that on there. All right, so prompt 1, and I like to have my examples on separate lines. We will fix this. So we just need to create a node for every one of these examples, or every one of these prompts, excuse me, and then tab backwards so we line them up correctly. All right. Prompt one. Oh, tap twice. We're going to bold these, triple clicking, and then hitting start twice. Again, logseq will automatically add the stars, the double stars on the back end. And again, this is Markdown. Markdown is a kind of like a specification on writing text documents with like HTML formatting, but it's still text. Okay, so since these are example prompts, these are going to go in code boxes. So we're going to Control X, tab, 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 and again, logseq creates the bottom or the back three ticks. I guess that's the actual name for it. Gonna press enter. That's how you create a code box in Markdown. You create 6 ticks. 6. Logseq and other editors, you only need to create 3. It will automatically, or Logseq in Obsidian, they will automatically create the back 3. So tick, 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 and then you press enter. Now you do need the 6 ticks to create a code box. Code box is just kind of like, if you look in a book, these are kind of like the equivalent of like an example, context specific example. Okay, and then everything between those 6 ticks. So between the first 3 and between after the first 3 and then the before the last 6. So if that's confusing, I apologize. Let me show you. So we have 6 ticks here, right? So everything, and I don't know if you can see that. Matter of fact, let me use this. So everything in between these 6 ticks goes in a code box. Everything. And that's how you have it formatted in like this solid gray box. What is the purpose of this? So when we look back in these notes next week, a month, a year, 10 years, we know that these are actual prompts and we don't have to do any guesswork. Now, yes, we do have these labeled as prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3, but I don't have this format consistent in all my notes. Okay. Okay. So step 3, organize prompts in a logical structure. Now, in the explanation, they didn't explain step 3, but that's okay. That's a mistake on his part, and these are the developer parts. We won't worry about that. All right. Why did I press cut when I meant copy? All right, so we can roll up step 2. We're done with step 2. And for consistency, we're going to extract out the definition or what step 3 is, and then put that up here, and then refer to it down here. Okay. Okay, and then create a node there. Tab, create a node here by pressing enter. Tab backwards. Template. Okay, organize prompts in a logical structure. Okay. And we're going to triple click, couple stars, so we can bold it. And then we're going to extract this. Control X. And then paste. We'll clean this up. Hey guys, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Please, 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 please. All right, so let's refer to this node. Step 3, right click on the node, copy block reference, and then we're going to paste. And then again, this funky address here is referring to the node, which is up here. Why don't we just copy the text? Text doesn't weigh that much, because when we organize a structure, when we create higher levels of abstraction on our notes, we can just refer to our block references instead of copying text a bunch of times. Now, for a few thousand or even a few 100,000 notes, I would even say it's not a big deal. But if you have a way of generating notes automatically, let's say with ChatGPT, specifically with like the GPT-4 API, um, then your 100,000 notes can easily turn into 100 million. And then what? Now your text is your duplicated text is going to weigh too much, and you may not even be able to open your notebook in the first place. Okay, practical tips. We're going to bold that. Um, so practical tips. Now, is that for step 3? Organize the prompts in a hierarchical structure or sequence that follows the logical flow of the story context. Ensure that the prompts are organized, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Use a logical order that aligns. Okay, so this is practical tips for the entire thing, for the entire concept. Okay, so we'll put that here. We'll create a node at 1 and then tap that under. Yep. Okay. And then template for the news stories. Journalists can organize the prompts in a logical structure, such as now organize the prompts in a hierarchical structure or sequence that follows the logical flow of the story context. Ensure that the prompts are organized in a coherent and meaningful way. Challenge the LLM to consider multiple perspectives and generate balanced responses. Present arguments in favor of one side of the political debate. Present arguments in favor of the opposing side of debate. Highlight any potential biases or assumptions in the story and provide alternative perspectives. So step 3 is not really a step, it's just more like a note. Actually, step 3 should be step 1. Is that a typo? Start by understanding the specific context. Okay, no. Okay. So yeah, these are more like meta, how to organize your thoughts. And then step 2, you'll create the prompts. And then step 3 is to make sure when you create your prompts, then do this. Gotcha. Okay. So this is another example. This is a scenario. Let's put that here with our scenario. And practical tips: use clear and specific language in your prompts. I'm trying to see how I can consolidate these two. Incorporate contrasting viewpoints, arguments, and scenarios. Present different options of perspective. Use examples, data, so on and so forth. Okay. Contrasting viewpoints. So this is kind of like an overview. This is kind of like how you should an overview on how you should organize your prompts. Let's do this. Let's put actually so let's call this practical tips for creating prompts. Okay. And then we'll tap that onto here. We know these are examples. News story. I guess it's fine to put it under the scenario, even though it's not scenario specific. But we will look into scenario when we want to come up with our meta prompts to create our prompts for an example. Okay, let's slide that in here. We'll actually create a line or a line break or a separator. That's the term. Okay. And we can probably move that out there. Yeah. Practical tips for creating prompts. Logical order. Consider the context. Ensure the prompts are clear and easy to understand. As for the news story, okay. Present arguments. All right. So let's go ahead and organize this. Oops. Okay. All right. And then these go in code boxes. So tick, 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 enter, and then paste. Control X, tick, 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 enter, control paste. And one more time. Control X, tick, 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 enter, control paste. Okay. Or control V, control paste. Okay. And then we'll bold. All right. I think we're done. Let's explore how to implement adversarial prompting and prompt engineering for journalists. All right. So let's see. Where did that text come from? Where the hell did that text come from? I think. Let's explore. I think that was supposed to go. Up here. Wait, where are my prompts? Oh shit. What did I do? My prompts disappeared. Oh boy. Okay. Um I'm supposed to be seeing an arrow here. Oh, I don't fuck this up. Not a big deal. Glad I caught it early. Okay. So it's supposed to have step two. Okay, I got you. Got you. Only step two had an actual example. Whew. All right. Let me create a note for myself in the future because I'm gonna be losing my shit. Like, why do I have 3 steps and only example for step 2? Note steps 1 and 3 are only conceptual and don't have any actual prompt example. Okay. We'll actually add that to the end here. Okay. Actually, no, let me add that to the beginning. Because I will forget. Okay. And all right, so that's done. So our scenario's done. And since now this is more on the development side, that's done. We'll come back in the future and do the development part. All right, so dynamic prompting. Let's roll up everything. We only have dynamic and prompt augmentation left. And then we're out of here. Okay. Dynamic prompting. All right, so this is definition 1. We already have here. So example, and we put that there. Yeah, definition 1. Definition 2, which is okay, this. And we'll clean this up here. Example. Actually, before we get to that, so we'll get to hash hash hash. How does it work? Okay. And again, we're not in the synthesis part of everything, so we're not trying to understand. We're just documenting in this phase. Best use for. I have another term in adversarial. Best use situation. Sure. Okay. And since all of these are uh, in the same level, they all get the same heading level, which is H3. Best use for. Don't need that. That's redundant. Dynamic prompting. Best use for. And again, we're not following the rule of atomicity. That will come when we're implementing meta prompts ourselves. So we can roll up these definitions, how it works, best use situation. Okay. Business guide. All right. Where we want to create a story. So this is example. Let's simplify an example where, okay. Start with a story. All right. So again, we'll be consistent, say like prompt 1 here. And then we'll tab, because I know that's what we have in our other examples. And our other architectures, but I know that there are some that don't have it, and that's okay. That is okay. We don't need our notes to be perfect. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. And again, since these are prompt examples, okay. I was actually, as far as like Adobe Generative Fill, I actually managed to finally get the beta Photoshop beta installed on my main computer. Um, I had to use the cloud cleaning tool. So now we can actually use it on our main computer and work a lot more efficiently. We might have live stream on, because I need to learn how to actually use generative fill to compose other things into the image. Because that's not, it's not, it's not. I don't want to say it's hard. It's not hard. It's just not self-explanatory. Okay, that's our example, and we'll have to put this under here. Use dynamic prompting as an iterative process to refine prompts and improve the model's performance over time. This could be more like a tree of thought, I guess. All right, and that'll be a note. Okay. All right. Now we have a scenario. Scenario, and this scenario is called business guide. Okay. All right. Imagine you have a large language models, blah, blah. Okay. So let's format these. Where's the line break? Say you're a task. Okay. And task. All right. Let's clean this up. We won't put this in. I'm tempted to put this in block, in a note block, but no. All right, let's clean this up. Say you are tasked to generate news article summaries using a language model, using dynamic prompting to generate prompts based on the input news article. Generate news article summaries. Okay. Generate prompts based on okay. Here's how the process might look. Generating news, and then we'll bold this. Put that into a new line. Generating news article summaries. The goal is, actually, let's put that there and put that here. Okay. And okay. Goal is to generate summaries of news articles using a large language model or language model. Okay. Got it. Input data. This is dynamic. Okay, gotcha. All right, input data. We're going to bold this. I'm going to create a node here. Title. Create a node there. So again, this is more conceptual. Discovers. Content team of scientists. All right. Orchid name. All right. We could generate prompts based on the input news article. This example, the prompt could be generate a summary for the news article titled Scientists Discover New Species of Orchid and Amazon prompt. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Put that here. The prompt can be line. Okay. And then we'll create a note there. Make that a note. Okay. And then put this into a code box. Okay. All right, scientists discover new species of orchid. Okay, content. All right, so we could generate prompts based on input article and examples. Prompt B. The dynamic prompt is generated by extracting the title of the news article and using it as part of the prompt. I did see. Hold on, let's go back up here. Imagine you have a language model that is designed to generate prompt descriptions based on input data. Instead of using fixed prompts, you implement dynamic prompting by analyzing the product name, features, and other relevant information from the input data. You then generate features or generate prompts such as, because they use variables here, which makes sense. Write a description for a product name, blah, with the following features. All right. This way, the prompts are generated dynamically based on the specific product name and features, along with language model to generate more accurate and relevant. Okay, so we're going to put this into a code box. See, in their scenario example, they didn't use variables. It's implied because they already told us. That we're going to be using variables here. Just fine. You only miss it if you didn't read it, which we didn't do. Okay, so we had to rewrite this prompt. We could say generate a summary for the news article titled, and then we'll extract this. Scientists discover new species of orchid in the rainforest. So we would extract. Yeah, this is one thing I don't like about this plugin. It's a pain in the ass. All right, let's do it here. And we'll say title based on title, and we'll capitalize that. And this is our placeholder, our variable, and that'll just refer to this title right here. Okay. Generated and use this part as a prompt. This way the language model is prompted. Yeah, this is another part. Has to be another part. Sample generated summary. Oh, so so all of this is part of the prompt. It would have to be because you can't just have a title. I guess you could just have a title and then GPT-4 can hallucinate the rest of it. Maybe not. Yeah, it is hallucination because it's not based on anything factual, but the information that it gives is a fact. It just can't be source. I guess that's a better way of saying it. Well, it may not be. I don't want to talk in absolutes because even GPT-4, even though it's very difficult to get it to hallucinate, it does do it if you go deep enough in the rabbit hole. All right, so input news article, sample generated. Okay. All right. And we'll clean this up here. The language model generates a summary based on the dynamic prompt. Explore all options. How's it going? Where did you get that course? I pirate everything around here. Not everything. I do support um, a lot of authors on Humble Bundle, but most of the things I do, I pirate. I pirated from Santa.st. Yeah. Okay. The language model generates and the only reason why we have the videos, but why deal with the videos when we have the text? Okay, the language model generates a summary based on a dynamic prompt. Here's a sample output summary. We'll put this into a new line, and we'll put that in a new tab. Scientists from University of XYZ have discovered new species orchid in rainforest named blah. This vibrant purple orchid within blah blah blah. Okay. Making an important field of botany. I'm gonna assume, even though he doesn't say it outright, I'm gonna assume that the content portion is also part of the prompt. So let's say if you using ChatGPT, let's say, and this is something that GPT 3.5 is very good at. Let's say, for example, if you were to do, actually, we can test this out. I don't know why we're not testing these things out. We could do input data. We could just copy this. And again, you need to have shift enter. If you want to create new lines, press enter, just submits the prompt, control enter, or excuse me, shift enter creates a new line. Just like in social media. Okay. So you have your title, you have your content, and then in your prompt, I'm still struggling with the decision to get ChatGPT Plus when they have Bing and Perplexity. Perplexity is what, 5 prompts a day? Bing, I haven't tested that out. Bard is pretty good, but I mean, $20 a month is it's well worth for me. It's well worth it. All right, and then in a prompt, we could say generate a summary for the article titled. Okay, then we press enter. Yeah, scientists from University XYZ has made an exciting breakthrough in the field of botany, announcing the discovery of previously blah blah blah. All right, so let's test that without the content. Create a new chat 3.5, and we're going to delete the content portion of this. And then let's do this. It's going to hallucinate. Yeah, it hallucinates, but it's still pretty good. Being in perplexity, you can create images also. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. Um, so right now for my image generation, I have Mid Journey and Adobe Firefly. The problem with that is that it's $50 a month, $30 for Mid Journey, and it will be $20 after next month, after this month, excuse me, for Adobe Cloud. There are cracked versions of Photoshop that um, where you can use Firefly. So we'll see how that goes next month. Okay. Okay. So either one is fine. I think. I think I would rather use the one with content though. More information is better. Okay. The generated summary is specific to the input news article and provides a concise, yeah. So the input news article is the content is part of the prompt. Um, and he does use double quotations here. So yeah, everything in black here is part of the prompt. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, so generated summary. So we'll put that here. So let's go ahead and alter. Um, I guess if you have the content, um, the title and the content, you don't need to put it here because it's implied. Um, so actually, let's modify this. Let's modify this because it's going to drive me nuts. So we're going to put this entire thing in here. No, we cannot refer to blocks of code or blocks of text in code boxes. That would be really awesome. And then we'll do this. I just know that we're going to run into this issue if I don't put it in here now. Because I'm not a fan of trying to figure things out twice when you don't have to. So this will be our entire prompt here. Okay. Explore all options says I like it'll be like you need to set aside $50 to $100 a month to have a decent combo of services now unless you can catch them in app. Yeah, that's true. So man, so this Christmas, I've already made up in my mind, explore all options. I've already made up in my mind. If Nvidia does not come out with the 5090, and it certainly looks like they're not going to, and if they do, it certainly won't be by Christmas because they would have announced it already. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a 4090, install Stable Diffusion locally, and stay. Uh, who makes Stable Diffusion? What's the damn name of that company? Stability.ai. They'll be releasing SDXL1 version 1 later on this month, open source. So hopefully by then there'll probably be version 2, maybe even version 3. So that'll take care. I won't need to use Mid Journey anymore. And then of course with Photoshop, again, like I said, there'll be cracked versions. Uh $20 a month. doesn't seem like a big deal, but you start getting these subscriptions start to add up. So if you have like Disney Plus, if you have Netflix, then you have Midjourney, then you have ChatGPT, and then you have um, 11 Labs, which is $12 a month, and I think that's the promo. And I think after that it's like 20. You can easily be looking at 100, $200 if you don't keep a handle on it. So, yeah. Okay. I think that's it for dynamic prompting. Yeah, this is going over the code on the back end. Again, we'll visit that in another time. Um, oh, they have another example. Okay. Actually, no, this is their programming prompt example. So the purpose of these prompting examples, if you want to automate the entire process. So for example, a matter of fact, we're gonna watch the video on tree of thought, TOT. And then we're gonna create, notes for that. And then we're gonna create a script, not tonight, to automate that, because tree of thought is where you go through 7 rounds of meta prompting and rating and adding and eliminating best prompts given in a certain context. So yeah, you can do that manually, but you're talking about 8 9 prompts. You can just automate it. That's why I do appreciate lifetime deals. So AppSumo, let me just take a slight detour here because I've heard of it. Browse software deals for your business. Let's see. Thank you for the idea. I've actually never been here before. I don't care about any other sort of image generation because it's Mid Journey, and then there's Mid Journey, and then there's Stable Diffusion, and then there's Dolly. Everything else is not even worth mentioning at this point. Actually, let's put in Adobe. Oh, okay. Because all these other image generation apps, they just use GPT-3. They just use the GPT API on the back end, anyways. So yeah. Okay. Prompt augmentation. Last one. All right, so let's roll up dynamic prompting, prompt augmentation. So this is definition one. Pull out an example here. Okay. And definition two. And the definition is okay. Augmentation is technique used in natural language programming processing to enhance the effectiveness of prompts provided to language models by adding additional information or variations of the original prompts. This technique aims to improve the quality, diversity, and relevance of the generated responses. Okay, put that here under definition two. Have multiple definitions. That is fine. Our definitions are done. Steps. Okay, so we're going to create our steps node here. All right. And we could just copy here. Don't need them numbered, but it won't hurt, I guess. Okay. Enter, enter, enter. All right, so we'll move these back. I want to watch Twister. It's been a minute since I've seen Twister. It's Hurricane season 2. Okay. And then we'll create notes for the meanings of each one of these steps. All right. And then we'll clean it up. All right. Don't need these numbered. It's fine if they are, but we're not recomposing these into anything. And we don't need the numbers because we already have it in hierarchical order. All right. And we will bold by triple clicking and adding 2 stars. Logseek adds 2 stars on the back end. All right. So those are the steps. Again, we're just documenting the notes. We are not uh, trying to really understand. That comes in the synthesis portion another day. Okay. So this is a scenario. Same scenario or the same title of scenario as before. So our scenarios goes after examples. Let's say a product team wants to generate a product. So actually, a product team wants to generate product description. Okay. E-commerce site. Add variations. So this is prompt 1. Now on session 1, I insisted that, we didn't have this, but now it is a good idea to have these labeled as prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3. You don't really need, again, these are in hierarchical correct order, so you don't need to label it. But it's just when you start composing notes, you want to be able to differentiate if these are different versions of the same prompt or if they all are connected together. I guess you can make the argument for the other case as well, or anything being numbered. Well, no, because that'll be under steps, and we don't need to do that. Okay, maybe that'll change in the future, probably, for the sake of consistency. All right, so we're going to get rid of these double quotations. Okay. And get rid of, and get rid of. Can't wait to learn machine learning. Why I'm going to be a menace. Okay, so that is the end of our example. Prompt engineers can augment. So this is a note. The prompts by adding variations and modifications that cover different aspects, features, and language styles, learn the model to blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's do this. Put that there. That could be a note for the concept overall. Not a model generate. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We could keep it on there because we have a similar note out here. That's fine. Okay, so that's our example. So now our scenario. And this is business guide. All right. All right. So we do have some prompts here. Let's say you're using a language model to generate product descriptions for an e-commerce website. The original prompt is, and let's delete. All right, tab or a new line, then tab. Okay. Creating meta prompts for these is going to be so fun. So fun. Did I do something wrong? Yes, I did. That there. Don't want to overwrite stuff. Using prompt augmentation, you can generate augmented prompts by adding variations such as, and then we will put this into a code box. We have to put these in different nodes as well. Otherwise, we will overwrite, and we do not want to overwrite anything. Okay. So we can label this as write a product description for a red dress, write a product description for a red gown. All right. So we can say, we can call these variation one and then have that bolded. And then we can say variation two. Put that there. Okay. Variation three. Shift tab out of there. Put that there. Delete the double quotes. Okay. All right. And then we're going to bold, triple click, bold. Okay. Such as, and then wait a second. That's not right. Tab. And then tab. There we go. Good, good, good. All right. These augmented prompts will provide additional variations of the original prompt, which can result in more diverse and blah, blah, blah. All right. So we will create a note. It's not really necessary. It's kind of a redundant note, but wouldn't hurt. Put that there. Okay. And then for variation three. Okay. Good, good, good. As you can see in this example, it's easier to create, create templates using prompt variation. So let's see. Right, a product design for a red gown, compose a, yes, you can actually. So we can actually create a list. Now I don't know how to create a list in, actually no, you could probably do it in, matter of fact, let's do a little experiment. I think I've done this once before back on day one, way back in mid-November. So let's say, um, let's let's create a 1,000 sided die. Um, each side, no. Um, I have to word it carefully. Every side will have or will contain a single character, a number, a lowercase letter, or an upper case letter, a symbol, fill the remaining sides with single characters of your choice. Um, roll the dice 25 times. Let's see. Should have told it to format it. No, not in order. God damn it. I forgot to put it like say random. Why? I said 25 times. Stop, 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 stop. Randomly, this is what happens when you're not when you're not explicit in what you want the computer to do. Same thing in programming. Randomly roll the dice 5 times. Um, Format the results. Results, if I could spell, in a table with roll number uh, in one column and roll result in another column. Okay. Oh boy. Let's try it again. Oh boy. Why? Did I overload it? Maybe I did something I didn't like. I did say roll the dice 25 times, but I didn't say roll it random. I don't know. Randomly roll the dice 25 times or randomly roll the dice. That doesn't make any sense. Um, Format the results. Table with roll number and one column and roll results and another column. I don't know. Randomly roll the dice doesn't make any sense, but maybe it'll work. All right. Let's get back to work. We ain't gonna get stuck on this. My OCD will have me up here for the next 4 hours trying to figure this out. I don't need GPT-4 for this. Don't make me go to GPT-4, please. What? Now? Okay. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. All right, so we got 5K percent. That's what I was looking for. All right. Actually, well, no, I don't want it to print out all the results. Well, actually, print some of the characters you used. You determine, or yeah, determine to fill the empty sides with. I don't know if that even makes any sense. Oh, okay. So ampersand. Now I don't know if these are just examples. You could choose any characters preferred. Blah blah blah. I don't know if this actually includes the. Okay, so it doesn't. So explanation. I did say symbols. I did say common symbols. Okay, whatever. All right, back to work. Um, as you can see, it's easy to create prompt templates using prompt variations. But yeah, you can create. We can actually create a multiple dice. We could say like, uh, let's create 5 dice, each dice with 1,000 sides, and have each dice side with um, you know have it with different things or different objects, and then we can randomly roll all 5 dice at the same time. And in each state, um, which is each state contains one roll of each 5 dice, and then we could put that roll into a record. Um, and we could say like columns could be like for dice one, dice two, dice three, dice four, dice five, and then have it with those whatever objects that it rolled, and then create a prompt based on that information. Of course, you can have this formatted into a table too, and then randomly select a row in the table. I guess that probably would be easier instead of doing random rolls. I don't know, um, because we can have it pretend to be Microsoft SQL Server and then create a full table. Um, yeah, okay. As you can see in this example, it's easy to create. Okay, prompt augmentation could be a powerful technique to improve the performance and versatility. So this is a node. Okay. All right. I think that's it. It was pretty straightforward. Technical guide. Exactly. So yeah, they had this is for development. Okay. So as a prompt engineer, you're working with the librarian to develop to develop generate generative prompt augmentations for to generate prompt augmentations for data requesters. To fetch data within books, the librarian want the process to be repeated. So the task, fetching data within books for data requesters. Want to start with a prompt template for future use, since this is asked. Example: fetch data from books about topic subject for data requester using search query. Oh, yeah, you can use these for like combinations. So let's say um, I created a half-assed um, mid-journey prompt schema, hierarchy schema. It had it to where GPT-4 would randomly select items off that schema, but there's better ways of doing it. Like you can use a table, you can use random dice. Um, we don't have code interpreter, so we can't put in a document and then have it use that. That would be phenomenal. So we would have to input the data manually in Excel. Um, mm, okay, snap out of it. Then you generate prompt variations, fetch information, search query, retrieve data from books related to. Gotcha, gotcha. Now, for the same case, you want to add short commands so that librarians can use. So this is on the back end um, for generating your LLM or training your LLM. Fill in the blank. Oh yeah, I forgot about the ones that it didn't give us before. Okay. All right. Um. So the technical guide. That's that. Not many of the ones that we don't have documented yet. Technical guide. Okay. All right. You're working with librarians to develop to generate Prompt augmentations for data requested to fetch data within books. The librarian wants the process to be repeated. So this is task fetching data within books for data requesters. Okay. You want to start with a okay. Example. And then we can do this. Get rid of the double quotations. Okay. For data requester using search query or method. Then generate prompt variations. You just plug and play variables into the prompt template. Wait, what? Fetch data about books about research purposes using keywords. World Wars. I see what he is doing. I just don't think it's efficient. Let's see. There's a better way of writing this out, but we'll put that in our notes. Here's a few examples. Okay. Certainly a better way of doing that. All right. And then we'll say variation 1. Okay. Variation 2. Okay. Variation 3. And last but not least, variation 4. Okay. Let's clean this up. All right. And then we're going to put all these into code boxes. Okay. All right. All right. Oh shit! Explore all options. My bad. I should probably told you the name of the course. Name of the course on Sanet. Jesus. Master prompting. Let me get the name for you. If you're still watching, I apologize. Seems like I'm gatekeeping. I'm not at all. Where are you? Here? No. Prompt engineering. Name of the course is yeah, the complete prompt engineering course on sanet.st. Okay. My bad. All right. And then tap that over. I'll put my notebook up on GitHub as well, so you all don't have to screen capture and all the other stuff. Okay. Using the templates, librarian could just plug and play. All right, so we will rewrite this because I'm going to get confused in the future if I do not simplify this for myself now. Um, for example, and we could just move these back. Actually, yeah, move that back. Okay. We don't need the right prompts because these are not step by steps. Enter. Oh. Okay. All right. All right. Um, don't really need the for example there. It's redundant. Okay. How do we get the GitHub on your page? I haven't set up yet. I haven't set it up yet. It will be set up though in the near future, especially for these machine learning notes that we're going to get started on tomorrow. Absolutely. Because I am brand spanking new to that field. I'm completely lost. I'm excited because it's been a long time since I've actually been lost in terms of anything computer science related. What are you doing? Why? Why? Actually, we can just move that backwards. There we go. Oh, oh, come on, please. It's the only thing I don't like about code blocks. Okay. All right. Let's simplify this. Um, so in our variations, we are using now, again, with the consistency. Now the variables are in brackets. As our scenario and adversarial, or dynamic rather, we were using braces. I think I'm going to use brace. Actually, brackets are easier to type. So let's say work with librarian to generate prompt augmentations. Fetch the data from topic subject. Okay. Oh, come on. All right. So let's say if then we can easily do something like topic subject equals and then data quester equals and then search query or method equals. That we can do. We're not going to test it tonight because I'm just being lazy and I'm trying to get through this. Um, because if we haven't defined our variables, then what's the point of using them? Okay. And then generate prompt variations. Fetch information about. Okay, so this follows up this example. Yeah, we can actually put those variation prompts into a list as well, and then wait a minute, guys. What if the code examples that he's giving us is to be put in the prompt and not necessarily into a Python program directly? No. OpenAI, no. No. This course is not that meta. No, 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 no. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Short commands. This is development stuff. We'll ignore that. But yeah, um, creating. Yeah, you can create variations, but you need to define your variables and then create your variations. Using the templates, the librarian could just plug and play variables into the prompt templates. Um, you don't need to. You could just redefine the prompts. Redefine the variables. Retrieve data. So let's say using the keywords. Let's see. Search and method. Data request a search and method. Okay, gotcha. Research purposes using keywords. And then here we could say it's going to be the bane of my existence. Say keywords. Um, and then we could put keywords up here. Yeah, because if you're filling it out manually, then what's the point? Was he trying to say that no, because they were separate prompts? It doesn't make sense. No, we have to use variables. Okay. Just trying to figure out where he was coming from by writing it that way. I don't know why he just wouldn't use variables here. Keywords, project using search query. Using search query, and then search query equals. We don't need the quotes. Search query, and then yeah. Okay. What was it again? World Wars. Yeah. Keyword World Wars. I'm probably doing this wrong. I'll have to look deeper into what he was trying to mean because I don't think he overstood. I think he just meant something else. All right. Author equals. Oh, well, no, this will be search method equals by author. And then here we would say search method. And then if you want to write subsequent, Actually, we can test that out. We are going to test that. Extract information from books. Kind of like a combinatorics, but not really. I'm sure we can. You search for extract information from books about literature for a book club using, and then we can say prompt equals best selling novels. And then we can insert our variable here. Okay, let's test this out. All right. So this is gonna be our initial prompt. Let's kill this. I think this will be perfect for 3.5. Okay. Okay. I thought it was gonna give us an error about. All right, we'll just use the internet for this one. Cellular respiration. Okay. Clicked on the link. Going back to last page. Oh, come on. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this would probably be just better if we used it in like Bard or um Bing itself. Oh, come on. What are we doing? How much you want to bet this is using Selenium on the back end? So it's getting us the books. Actually, let's test this out with Bard because this is getting on my nerves. Google.com. All right. Uh dark mode. All right. Okay. So here are some books. All right. So now we just change the search query. We'll say photosynthesis. It's the process. No. Oh, actually, it does gives us books. Okay. Um, search query. Um, cars made in the 30s. Okay. And books. No. Yeah, I have to revisit that because I'm not seeing what the point in filling these out would be if you're going to have placeholders. Generate prompt variation. Library could just plug and play variables into the prompt templates. Okay, we'll skip it. Not going to skip it, but we'll actually let me leave a note for myself because I will forget. All right. Revisit this architecture in the future. for understanding the variables. Pardon me. Okay. Um, Fill in the blank prompting. Brand new architecture. So let's just go ahead and workflows. No, these are thinking frameworks. So we're going to select and Control X, and then Control V, and we can get rid of this line here. Okay. So fill in the blank prompting. Okay. Creates a new page for us. All right. And so definition. Definition 1. Okay. All right. Prompting is a type of dynamic prompt containing where certain parts of the prompt are left blank for users or for the model to fill in with specific information. This allows for customization and personalization of prompts based on, we just put that there actually, or variables that can be replaced with. How is this any different than what we just got done doing? Or maybe what we were thinking in the previous prompt augmentation is what this actually is. Um, what if it's the other way around, where the prompts are the variables? We'll come back to it. And then we'll actually have an hashtag. We'll say revisit, or we'll call this, yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Values or data. All right. Examples. So here are the variables again. How is that relevant to prompt engineers? Fill in the blank prompting is a versatile. All right. This is a scenario. Generate image of a blank in a blank setting. In this prompt, the placeholder's blank can be filled with the specific words or phrases such as cat or sunset, respectively. All right, so you're gonna give us an examples with everything is filled out. Original prompt: write a prompt about noun in a blank noun. In this example filled in. In this filled in prompt, the placeholder noun is replaced with stars. So he doesn't show where like the entire prompt where what the variable equals. Um, or maybe that's the point, to not fill it in to see what it comes up with. Technique used in prompt template generation where placeholder variables are used to guide the model in generating desired outputs. However, simply sending a blank prompt to the model may not yield meaningful results as the model needs specific information to generate. Okay. We're going to provide partial information to model. of a blank setting. So if I was to put this in Mid Journey, that is interesting though. Like, say, create something, um, but you figure it out. Let's see here. Let's see. Um, let's do imagine. Move this on out the way. It's so annoying. All right. So imagine. So imagine Batman doing blank in a um. Did they use blank for all of them? You did in a blank setting. Let's see. I never actually thought to actually like leave out stuff and uh let's try have the LLM try to figure it out. So now you're going to get all kinds of different variations of prompts. Like Batman is going to do all kinds of different things. So some of these generated images, it's going to be four things of him doing something different. Looks like he's writing in these. So no, one's he's programming, another he's programming, another he's writing. Oh, that's fascinating. Leave it to the prompt to figure it out, or LLM to figure it out. Let's see. Programming. Oh, computer. What is this? It looks like soldering in image four here. And so if we spin up five more of these, we're going to get wildly different examples. Well, maybe not wildly different. Oh, but that is so cool though. Like, what is another good fill in the blank prompt? Oh, don't tell me he's going to be doing something with his hands every single time. No. You do get kind of like an insight on the LLMs and uh how they think, for lack of a better word, because everything so far is him sitting down doing something. I like image four here. Oh, that's cold. That's cold. I don't even like Batman like that, and that's cold. Ooh, that's cold. Batman is melting. That is cold. Matter of fact, slight detour, guys. Uh huh. Let's just put this in here. That's cold. All right, and then there's a much going on with the background. Control Shift I to invert your selection and then generate. I mean, we could just use the zoom out feature with Mid Journey too. I keep forgetting about that. That's cold. Stop it. Oh my goodness. That's cold. In a puddle. Phew. What are the results we got? Yeah, everything is him sitting down doing something. Drinking coffee. On the computer. Yeah, this image, that's the one. Fill in the blank templates. Yeah, everything's him sitting down. All right, back to work. Back to work. Back to work. Because we'll get lost going down that rabbit hole. If we zoom out, just one more thing. Let's zoom out 1.5x. Let's see how long this takes. That is fascinating though. Like, leave it up to the LLM to figure it out. I wonder how far we can go down this rabbit hole though. Um, hmm. Anyhow, okay. So let's see. All right. Examples. And data. All right. So in our examples, okay. I'll need that. Personalized emails. Okay. Online forms. All right. Content generation. And then our explanation. And then our example. Okay, let's clean this up. Yeah, this image of Batman is cold though. Oh wow. Okay. I think generative fill actually did better because they're showing where multiple things are melting and not just Batman, which is what I'm not looking for, but whatever. All right. Yeah, I gotta save this one. And we'll say like zoomed out. No, go away. One day we'll have these tools for free. and won't be tethered to some online service. Okay, let's close Photoshop since I know it takes up a lot of memory. All right. Um, Personalized emails. Hi, name. We're excited to offer you a special discount on our latest product and location. Don't miss out. Marketing campaign that uses fill in the blank prompts to dynamically insert each recipient's name, location, other relevant information, and the email content, creating a personalized experience. So, um, yeah, you can use this with like a list. Um, that's not really special though, because we can use that with like automation, like with Win Automation or something like that, or automate, or insert automation program here, where it just you feed it a CSV file, pointing to the right columns, and just iterate over those records. Um, it's nothing kind of groundbreaking there. Web forms that utilize fill in the blank prompts to collect user information, such as name, email address, and phone number, by presenting blank fields for users to input their data. Please provide your blank email address and a name, email address, and phone number in the field below to sign up. It's not. It's not really prompts. Content generation tools that use fill in the blank prompts to help users create custom content. Write a blog post about topic, include number, key tips for audience, and end with a call to action. See, now I know I'm supposed to fill this out again. I know what he's trying to do. Like, you define these variables, but that's not really, so what. However, what I think is more interesting is just to leave it blank and have the LLM come up with different scenarios and different kind of stuff. So let's say if I wanted to do, let's say, imagine Miles Morales. Um, I wonder if we can add ing. Let's let's say action ing. Um, at location in the uh, time of day, um, while while blank blank is blanking. I don't know. Let's see. I added ing to see, action, and then whatever added ing at the end of it. I don't. I do need to go through the mid journey courses because I think it's definitely deep. If blank prompts becomes a thing, we should get 4 different actions here, or maybe not. Looks like we have 2. We could create prompts GPT-4 to um yeah, generate stuff for us. If it doesn't work directly, yeah, he's sitting in all 4 of them. Um we could do that. Use GPT-4 to generate the prompts for us, and then just input those prompts into Midjourney. So all are the same Type of day. He's sitting. Spin up three more, just in case. While we wait, okay. How is this relevant to the prompt engineers? Fill in a blank prompting is a versatile technique that can be applied to various contexts to create customized prompts that are tailored to specific users or situation. Allows for dynamic content generation and customization, making a powerful tool for creating personalized experience and engaging with users in a meaningful way. Okay. Did you notice something? Fill in a blank prompting is a technique. Okay. Or variables are used to guide the model in generating. Simply sending a blank prompt to the model may not yield meaningful results. That's not true. Well, it depends. As a model needs specific information, generate an image of a blank in a blank setting. Um, so, yeah, you could define it. This technique is relevant for prompt engineering strategy to allow for dynamic customization of prompts based on user input. Write a poem about blank in a adjective blank, adjective noun. Okay. Write a poem about stars in a dark sky in this field prompt. The placeholder noun, stars twinkle in the dark sky. This is just variable replacement. It's not really interesting. It looks like it. Partial information allows the prompt engineer to provide partial information about the desired poem. While leaving certain parts blank for the model to generate. Write a poem about stars in the dark sky. Remember, generate content, relevant content. This way, the prompt engineer can guide the model to generate poetry that fits the desired context and style while allowing for creative input from the model. And variable replacement is not interesting. We already know how to do that. All of them is him sitting. Every single last one of them. Okay. All right. Um while blank is blanking. um so maybe we can do for like a meta prompt. Let's create, let's say, let's test 3.5. Um, fill in the blanks and then uh, generate the prompt. Maybe generate the prompt is not useful or redundant. While swinging at location in time of day while blank is blanking. Write a thrilling scene where Miles Morales swings at a bustling city intersection uh, in the evening while an unknown villain is wreaking havoc. So it did it right. Um, Fill in the blanks to generate the prompt. Okay. Fill. Replace the variable holders with um, your results. Swinging at a downtown skyscraper in the twilight while a colossal robot is demolishing buildings. Interesting. Compose an exhilarating sequence. Actually, we'll try both of them. We will try both of them. And But we'll have to, you know, um, clean up the actual meta prompt. But yeah, I like that though. Instead of, I mean, we can give it metadata like a table or yeah, a table, and then have it do fill in the blanks, or we could just have it fill in the blanks with whatever. We can even get how would we get GPT-4 to generate the meta model? Meta modeling. Okay. Swinging from skyscraper to skyscraper. Uh, two more. All right. I think that's it for that because this is just variable replacement. I think we can redefine. I think I'll leave it there for now. Okay. Constraint programming, prompting. Constraint prompting. Hmm. All right. Then definition one. Constraint prompting is a technique to guide the model's output by imposing certain constraints or rules during the generation process. This technique involves embedding constraints in a prompt or input to the model, which helps in shape the generated output based on specific. All right. All right. Steps. Define the constraints. Yeah. Actually, if we were to do it this way, the scan method, would we need to format it? Would we? No, we would not. Actually, yes, we would. But it's a lot easier. Who cares? Embed constraint. Embed, define the constraints. Embed constraints. Constraints in the prompt. Leverage model capabilities. Experiment and iterate. All right. Let's see what he came up with. Him sending again. Pretty cool pooches. I like this one. Okay. All right. And iterate. All right, common use cases. I think it gets rid of the bullet points. It sure does. It converts them. Um, done with steps. What is it? Best use cases. Best use situations. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Include, and then all these go under here. And then new line, language translation, code generation, data generation. Okay. We're going to need a plan on how we're going to go about synthesizing this stuff to create meta prompts for it. Okay. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to come up with a unified sort of prompt. Um, I guess we could somehow consolidate all of the thinking frameworks and then use that to generate prompts. Say some like, given these architectures, um, solve this or create this meta prompt based off of these specifications, and then just have it come up with that. But I don't know if that would fit into the context window, though. We're gonna find out. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. All right, that's done. And now we have our scenario. Technical. For the sake of complexity, let's pick an uncommon use case. This technique. Accountant. As an example. Okay, I see. Business guide is the general steps. Technical guide is the how-to. I got you. And that is the last one. Detailed prompt constraints. I want to do the metadata, but we're not going to do that tonight because we'll be up here for the next 10, 15 hours doing this. Business guide, technical guide. How can constraint technique? Let's see. For example, assuring that the generated text includes accurate and financial data. Okay, so we'll call this account. Okay. Define the constraints. And also in our meta prompts, I don't want it to get locked in into like one prompt. I want to be able to, in my meta prompt, I want it to be able to mix and match or create new um, architectures as well. Maybe that's something. Maybe that's the first thing we should do if we can create or consolidate those architectures into one, and then come up with different names, and then document those as well. Okay. All right. So this is let's take a look at the previous example. Okay. So define the constraints. All right. I'm going to leave these numbered though. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the example. Use case: how a constraint program could be used in a real world with complexity. Let's pick an uncommon use case for this technique: account. In this case, the constraints could be related um, to the format, accuracy, and compliance of financial statements or reports. For example, assuring that the generated text includes accurate financial data, follows the generally accepted accounting principles, and complies with the relevant tax laws and regulations. Okay. Um, gotcha. Maybe we can make that a note. Maybe. Yeah. The accountant could provide a prompt that includes specific instructions and placeholders for the required financial information, such as generate a balance sheet for XYZ company as of date in compliance with GAAP, including the following line items. The prompt can also include instructions to ensure the accuracy. Okay. And these would be, this is a prompt. So it goes in the code block. Okay. All right. The language model, such as Chatgpt, can interpret the embedded constraint and generate text that adheres to the provided instructions. For example, it can generate a balance sheet report with the requested line items, accurate financial data and compliance. All right. The account can experiment with different variations of prompts and constraints to fine tune the model's output. They can adjust the constraints based on the generated report and feedback from users and iterate to achieve the desired level of accuracy and compliance. Gotcha. And this would probably be a great candidate for a tree of thought. Going through those 7 rounds of rating and eliminating and generating kind of like best prompts. Okay. We can roll those up. All right. Let's take the previous example further. Assume that financial LLM you are working with can pull detailed financial items from the database. You're tasked to help the accountant with this process using constraint prompting. All right. And be generated such as a balance sheet, assets, liabilities, and equity, and provide clear instructions on how to use the prompt. Generate the prompt, generate the constraint prompt with placeholders with the actual values of assets and liability. Example, generate balance sheet for XYZ company as a blank with assets of this and liabilities of that. And now, why? See, again, he's changing up his variable layout again. It may work, but in compliance with GAAP, provide instructions. Share the prompt. Provide instructions. Share the prompt and instructions with it. Okay. All right. So this is going to be um uh let's say overview. Okay. And then let's say scenario. Count. Let's call this detailed. All right. So all right, so this is kind of like the overview or the task. Call it that. Okay. All right. Define constraints. Okay. Delete this. All right. There. Accountant role. Oh, I see what that was for now. I got you. Okay. Okay. You there? And put you there. Okay. All right. Accountant role 1, 2, and 3. All right. Um, provide inputs. And he's also in this tutorial, it's kind of like giving you like if you decide to become a prompt engineer, kind of like this is the kind of things that you can expect to do as your role. Okay. Feedback and refinement. Collaborative iteration. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Design a constraint prompt that specifies the desired financial items to be generated, such as the balance sheet for XYZ company with assets, liabilities, blah, blah, blah. Generate the constraint prompt with the placeholders for the actual values of the assets and liabilities. Example. Provide instructions. All right, generate a balance sheet. Okay. With the assets of, and so This is $ underscore. Shit. Underscore in compliance with GAAP. Okay. All right. Share the prompt and instructions with the account on how to input the actual values for assets and liabilities. And same thing here. Put that out, paste. Assets equals liability plus equal equity assets. Okay. And liabilities. All right. And compliance. No. Okay. Don't need that. That either. Assets 500 and liability. Why is there so many damn double quotes? Oh, okay, I got you. Assets, liabilities, and equity. Assets, 500,000. I don't think we need. Well, we don't really care because that example is just a placeholder for us, anyways. We're not actually using this example for anything. Does make me wonder though. Well, if it does, if we need double quotes in our prompts, we don't have to escape characters or anything. Thank goodness. Um, from the client database. Good. Yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about escape characters or anything because GPT will just infer it now. Whether they would do it correctly or not remains to be seen. I don't see why it wouldn't do it correctly though, even for 3.5. Collaborative iteration. Okay, back to common use cases. Here's a simple technical table showing how constraint prompting works. Concept, constraint prompting, purpose, input, example, model output, limitations. I mean, we don't need this. And I don't like it as Sydney. See, he's not consistent, but it's light years better than what we've gotten from anyone else. So can't have it all. Okay. All right. So let's roll up the task. And let's roll up the scenarios. Best use. All right. So we can put this in definition too. And we could just paste that as a table there. Oh my God. That is ugly. Okay. All right. So format the following as a table. So it's just concept, description. Why do you markdown tables? Rewrite, but add as the second column header. Okay. Now all these erroneous symbols, that's fine. We'll deal with that. Okay. And then back in a handy dandy notebook. Now we paste. Wow. Still junk. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to look, and we just don't have enough space. Let me see. Yeah, That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Um. So, how do we get rid of all the math ML symbols? Could we do? Can we do this? No, we can't. We can't just do that itself. Not that we have to, because since we have the text, we could just do this. I don't know why I keep making things hard on myself. This is actually rendered as an image. All right, let's see. Limitations. Yeah. Um. Concept description. Customer prompting. Constrain. We just do it this way. Purpose. Purpose input. Input example. What? Typically includes. Perfect. Example. All right. Actually, we could just. Well, it's going to have all those funky characters in there. You know, it'd be really cool if we could. And I don't think we can, but we're gonna try it anyways. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this table. Take a screenshot of this table. And then we're gonna do this again. That's probably redundant, but there is. Okay. It actually did it wrong this time. Okay. Let's do this again. So lazy. I'm just trying to find ways of not having to do this again. Okay. Uh, so trash it. Format the following as a markdown outline with lists and with ordered, unordered list. Also, uh, delete all mathml um, mathml / redundant characters. Uh, oh no. No, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh Jesus. Okay, not at all. Let's use GPT-4 for this one. All right, so format the following as a markdown outline. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. All right. And then we can put that in here. Of course, we want to get rid of outline. Start prompting is redundant. Okay. A technique. All right. So purpose. Okay. Input. Okay. Practical tips. Experiment. Tips. Okay. Um, application. Okay. Benefits. Okay. Benefits, limitations. All right. Home stretch. Okay. Example. All right. All right. And input. Okay, so we don't need the input. And we know that this is a prompt. All right. Okay. I think we're good. Application, blah, blah, blah. All right. Summary. Oh, this is a summary of all of them. Okay. Description, use cases, example prompt. Prompt engineering technique. Yeah, let's get this too. All right. So, how do we get? Actually, let's just put it in there. See. It's pretty good. Okay. Almost home. Concerning prompting, the last one, it sure is to be avoided. All right. Okay. So, as far as our notes go, instructive, we can put that in here. This table. Key takeaways. Yeah, we can put that in here, put that there. Okay. Delete. Multi-shot. And we're going to have a link for all of these as well. Adversarial. Dynamic. Prompt augmentation. Okay. And constraint. All right. Use cases. Description. Use cases. Prompt constraints. Okay. Keywords. All right. Compliance control language. All right. We can zip that on up. Okay. And we put that with placeholder. Okay. Wait a second. What is your opinion on blank? Please provide your answer in the next prompt. Next prompt. Input for blank space. Huh? Next prompt. Input for blank space. Okay. How long we've been going at it? 2.5. All right. Okay. Input for again, I have to look back at this fill in the blank one because I think there's like 3 of them that's kind of like very similar. Just something that's not clicking with me. Next prompt. Okay. That's that one. All right. Sample prompt 1, 2, 3. Mhm. Okay. All right. All right. And that's it for that one. All right, next one. We'll go through some no, we'll go through some more chat GPT and then we'll start on mid journey. Okay. So we're gonna tap these on over. All right, task, generate poetry action. Action plan. Modify, no. It's adversarial. Oh, this is dynamic. Models output. Action plan. Dynamic prompts. Okay. Generic prompts. On about topic 1. If the output lacks emotion, try again. Focus on topic 2. Okay. All right. That's it for dynamic prompting. Adversarial. All right. All right. So prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3. Okay. Okay. Oh, don't start this. Okay. All right. So that's adversarial. All right. Almost home. Okay. Description. Cases. Example. Task. Teacher concept. Action. Identify key concepts. Action plan. Use prompts. Explain concepts in detail. Prompt with concepts. Okay. Concepts. In simple terms. Let's see. Simple terms. All right. Discuss the relevance. Real world scenarios. All right. Okay. Not too much longer. Okay. Concept based prompting. Okay. Put that here. Searcher. Someone just came on in. How's it going? Almost done with our notes here for this course. Action plan, prompt hierarchy. One. Prompt for wait, what? Two. So on and so forth. Okay. Okay. All right. And that's it for hierarchy based. Two more. Okay. All right. Put this on this node. Okay. So prompt one, two, oops, three. All right. Almost done, and then we'll be going back to our other ChatGPT courses, see what they have to offer. Okay. All right. One more to go. Okay. Okay. Action. Brainstorm. Action plan. Use prompts. Prompt chain. Scribe. And prompt one. Uh, now expand on the benefits. Um, describe the product's features. Okay. Why is this one prompt? Oh, I think it's it's in one prompt. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this course. After I don't know how many days. All right. Let's roll all of these up. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 thinking frameworks. Uh-huh. Get rid of these bonus too. Not really necessary. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. All of these referring back to their respective pages. Okay. Now we can roll that on up. Go back to our journals, and we are done with. We started that on what, the 27th? Okay. Now we can get to the second. All right. Just to make sure there aren't any more hidden gems. So that was 8.1 lecture 10. Wait for my Flores hard drives to spin back up. All right. Craft prompts for different applications. Let's see. Different applications. Wow. Wow. This guy just doesn't stop. That is also valuable. That's something I really need to, but we're gonna skip it today. I'm gonna do that offline. Um, crafting, product manager, customer service, marketing. Wow. This is 87 pages, by the way. Like this is like a one-stop shop. Crafting prompts. Wow. Okay. Let's go on to another course. Wow. That's on chapter 3. Building a prompt architecture. Are you serious? Okay, so this is the programming side of it. Never mind. Yeah. If you wanted to use like that would be perfect for like say a text expander or something like that, where you can generate prompts, you can create like your schemas and uh your databases, and then just feed that into your text generator. Matter of fact, as an example, Code Smith Generator 8.5 came out last week. Actually, no, the week before last. Um, they haven't updated that software in like 5 years, and they came out with an updated version 2 weeks ago. And I intend to do a deep dive into that. So essentially, Code Generator is a code generator that uses C sharp. Um, for well, what version was 4.8? I believe it was version 10. I believe it was version 10. And you can use the .NET framework, the entire all the features of C sharp programming language and the .NET framework, not .NET Core, but .NET framework, the last version, which was 4.8, in your code generation scripts. You can have master scripts, you can have slave scripts, you can use Server databases, you can use GUIs, all of that stuff. So this will be perfect for that. You can even I don't see why you can't call OpenAI from the code generator itself, and then have it print your or generate your prompts while you're generating your template. So it is this is a rabbit hole because we can use Codesmith Generator, which again uses C sharp, and you could generate any text, any text. So we can use C sharp to generate Python to run our programs. We can even have it create the batch script to even run the program, and all we got to do is use one click. That's for another day. This is insane. This is one of the most thorough in terms of like thinking frameworks. This is one of the greatest courses I've ever come across, and the poor guy on Udemy has no reviews. Nobody knows about him on Udemy. Okay, all right. So this is Master Generative AI cheat sheets. This is actually not specific to ChatGPT. So we will put it, go back there. Apps, you all see how many courses I have in here, right? If I could find five more courses as thorough as that guy's course, man. Okay. ChatGPT and prompt engineering. All right, so let's go back to, oh, you all won't be able to hear it. All right, that's fine. I could tell you if it's crap or not. All right, introduction. Blah blah blah. Let's see. It says create general prompt structure. Not ChatGPT, not only friends and information, blah blah blah. Define acrophobia and give me an example using a dog. And this is surface level. You are, act as, you are French. So this is persona. Instruction, context, input, output. Act as a compare and contrast, the Last Supper. So we already have architectures for this. More in-depth architectures at that. Prompting strategies. Zero shot, one shot, few shot. All right. So we already know about these. Chain of thought. Have that as well. Take the letters and then we're concatenate them. Last letter word are LLN. Take the last letter and concatenate them. The last letter L and the last letter. Okay. Okay. Don't know what that was. It's just an example. Coding, ethical considerations, use cases. This is surface level. It's not terrible, pretty surface level. Creating AI apps with OpenAI. Etsy review, summarizer, translator. So this is a project-based course. And we actually have quite a bit of those as well. Okay, what else we got? Become a ChatGPT Pro, writing better prompts. All right. So surface level. Start broad like a funnel and then drill down. Okay, next. Okay. Policy writing in seconds, career developments, ethics and limitations. All right, surface level. Okay. Next. Is this no? It's not a duplicate course. It's just surface level training manuals. Scripts. Okay. Next. Chatgpt prompting engine. Okay. Okay. Tonality selection. No. Next. Effective prompt engineering. Effectively. The 5 W's. Oh boy. What, when, where, how? Okay. No. Nope. Nopety, nopety, nope. Surface level. All right. Next course. Master reverse prompt engineering. All right. Let's see what this brings. It's death by PowerPoint. I like that. No face. It's good. All right. Let's see. Reverse prompt engineering. The key to high paying AI prompt engineering jobs. All right. starting with a desired output and working back to create a prompt that would generate that output. It involves analyzing the. All right. I like that. This is actually valuable. Having the answer and having GPT come up with questions. It's meta prompting, but it's reverse engineering or just reverse prompting or reverse prompt engineer, I guess. Okay. Sorry that you all can't hear it. But basically, this is reverse prompt engineering where you essentially give it an answer and it comes up with questions, or you give it an output and it attempts to come up with that prompts that for input to achieve the output. Now, he doesn't really give us a thinking framework. He just gives us examples, which is fine. Um, let's see. Copy and paste an email to extract the most semantically relevant entities from this text. Put the entities into a chart, numbering them from the first column. Okay. Text equals what is the blue ocean? Okay. Blue ocean is like. All right. This might be something. All right. Now give me a single prompt that would create a similar output to the text. The tone and writing style should be included in the prompt. All right. Should be mentioned as needing to be included in the output of the prompt. To be clear, I want you to reverse prompt engineer the text I gave you, meaning I'm looking for a prompt that can write that text. Huh. Okay. Important copy and paste the prompt I just gave you. I also included, be sure to give relevant H1s and H2s, header ones and headers twos. And I told it I want Blue Ocean Strategy to be my H1. Okay. Write an article discussing the top 10 innovative companies of the year and their groundbreaking technologies. This article should highlight the way in which these companies have disrupted. Okay. This is fascinating. Next prompt, give me a single prompt that would create a similar output to the text. The tone and writing style should be included in the prompt. Entities 1 through 10 should be mentioned as needing to be included in. Okay. Okay. Let me go over this, the third one. Blue Ocean strategy, that's for first prime. If you're not satisfied, ask for more detailed, include more entities, and it will create a new prompt for you. Um, hmm. So, how would I? Let's see. Okay, type the following prompt. Enable reverse engineering by let me create a prompt for give me text. Okay. Create a very technical reverse prompt and engineering template for a product description. Text, a smartphone developed by Apple. It was released. Template. What are the technical specifications and how do they compare its higher end counterparts? Okay, so it's a form of meta prompting. All right, so okay, I won't look at that. Okay, so was that 2 or is that 1? Pretty sure it was 1. Okay. All right. So thinking thinking frameworks. Whoops. Um um reverse reverse prompt engineering. Okay. Uh definition definition 1. A um, meta prompt um, technique where you supply the output. Matter of fact, meta prompting should be tagged, not tagged, linked, where you supply the output and ask the LLM, because we're not specific to Chatgpt, to produce input. Okay. Um, input. So it's kind of like saying, we'll create a note, kind of like um, Mid Journeys describe feature. Okay. Create a very technical reverse prompt engineering template for a product. I enjoyed the one he had before where he said he was reverse GPT. Pretty simple, but that's all it takes. Reverse prompt engineering for All right, reverse engineer the following product. Embraces capture the writing style and the length of the text and detail. Okay. Uh, wish that with standout colors and a. So this is a description of the item. Probably got that off a website. What is the standout feature? Features of Asus VivoBook. How do they enhance daily computing? Okay. Um, we could. What we could do with these architectures? We could feed it. We can feed it in a GPT-4 and ask GPT-4 to reverse prompt engineer the architecture to come up with a prompt and then do tree of thought on that. Yeah, let's do that. How did he word this last one? So he said, let's see. You are reverse GPT. Um, as an expert in reverse prompting engineer and reverse prompting, he must reverse engineer. Ask the user input, research paper. Could you provide me with the prompt you'd like me to generate the output for? Okay, yeah, I like that. Set up some goals. All right. Okay. You must reverse engineer. So all this is a prompt. So, as an expert in reverse prompting, you must reverse engineer the input given by the user and generate a prompt that is closest, or you don't even have to do that. Um, that is close to that input. You have these goals. Goal one, ask the user input. Let's see. Reverse prompt the inputs. Provide the accurate and precise output prompt that will generate the input. Okay. All right. So let's try that. Let's actually put this in a GPT-4. New chat. Prompt the input. Provide the accurate. Okay. All right. The following is in is a prompt engineering architecture. I can never spell this right. Subbed in architecture for effectively creating prompts. Actually, no. Let's leave this part out. I want to see what it does on its own. Okay. So let's say for where's my concept one? There it is. Okay. And let's put that here. Problem with concepts, one. Okay. Well, there are no. All right, let me get Markdown Monster. Oh, here we go with this again. Still works though. Um, Unregistered, of course. Incorporating specific concept and prompts. I actually let's just do it as is and see how good it is. All right. All right. Go ask the could you what are the steps to be taken and how would you present it if you're asked to teach a concept by identifying and explaining key concepts with the help of prompts? Could you give an example of such prompts? As an educator on a subject of matter expert, can you describe the strategy to teach complex concepts? How would you break down these concepts and make them understand? Okay. What are the steps to be taken and how would you present it if you were asked to teach a concept by identifying? It's fine. A little generic. Um, let's do it again. For okay. Create the corresponding prompts. All right. Let's see how it comes up with some help now. Let's do the entire specification. Okay. The following is an architecture for creating concept based prompts. I wonder if we can give it like nested goals. Um, Actually, we'll test that next. Okay. Please provide the definition steps involved in creating such prompts. Could you please explain what concept-based prompting is? Please provide definitions to steps involved in creating such prompts and such examples and scenarios where concept-based prompting could be applied effectively. It's not bad. Um, Create a similar architecture architecture, but for a different purpose and a different name. Now, this is a reverse GPT as the context. Experience-based learning prompts. Experience learning. Oh, Okay. Oh boy. Keep going. Crisis management. You see how powerful meta prompting is? You can have it spit out entire architectures. We're gonna see if it's garbage or not. Even the steps. All right, let me see. Hold on, wait. Experience based learning prompting refers to the design of prompts that prioritize learning through practical real world experiences. These prompts aim to encourage the model to generate responses that incorporate insights and wisdom gleaned from actual experiences. Definition two, experience based learning prompts is a method used in prompt engineering to elicit from language models, blah, blah, blah. Identify related experiences, review the objectives, and determine which practical experiences are most pertinent. Project management, team conflict, design realistic and actionable prompts. Develop prompts that evoke responses based on practical experiences using language and encourages application and action. Consider real life scenarios. Organize prompts in a progressive structure. Arrange the prompts in a progression that mirrors the progress of experiential learning, ensuring a logical sequence of experience, reflection, conceptualization, and application. Example one, a user wants to generate suggestions for managing a project using experience based learning prompting. Generate a project management strategy based on experience of a seasoned project managers. Create a step by step guide for resolving team conflicts, drawing from real life, develop a software engineering development plan using agile methodologies incorporating the experience of successful. Okay, so our scenario. They even have it. They even have the markdown here, guys. Collapse equals true. Step one: identify relevant experience. Review the field of crisis management. Crisis management training tool. Okay, and identify key experiences to incorporate in the tool. Example prompts. Generate a scenario where a company faces a major PR crisis. Create a hypothetical situation where product recall is necessary. Oh, okay. Develop a scenario involving an unexpected leadership change in a corporation. Practical tips: ensuring the selected uh, experience align with the training objective. Design experience-based prompts. Um, Create prompts that invoke responses. Blah. Explain how to navigate a major PR crisis. Describe the steps to take when a product recall becomes necessary. Detail how to manage a smooth transition. So this is not a it's a scenario in terms of like the context, but it's not actually giving us a scenario. Like it has a PR crisis and a recall. I would love for it to just take one of them and then just create prompts on that. Detail how to manage a smooth transition during an unexpected leadership change. Use specific language. All right. Organize the prompts in a progressive structure. Example prompt progression. PR crisis, product recall, unexpected leadership change. Maybe they are. Arrange the prompt to reflect the process of experiential learning, experiencing, reflecting, understanding, and applying. That is Bloom's taxonomy. Um, all right. Test and refine the prompts. What steps should be taken? All right. So, yeah, continue generating. How would you coordinate a large scale product recall? Incorporate into the tool, integrate the prompts in the training tools, user interface, example, implementation, include the prompts. Wow. Test and deploy the tool. Example testing, have a group of crisis management. Okay, it's not bad. Um, let's see what else it can come up with. All right. So scenario based problem solving in mathematics. Okay. Linear equations, problem set. Wait till I come up with prompts for it to generate meta models. Okay. This is called scenario based problem solving. Scenario based problem solving involves creating problem sets focused on real world scenarios to better understand and apply mathematical principles. Um, these are all based on creating concept based prompts. Let's see, themes of a certain outcome or domain. Okay, so yeah, these could fall both of these architectures, if we want to call them that. Yeah, because they do provide like an entire framework. Review the core syllabus or specific topics, design realistic scenarios, organize problems according to complexity. Craft a real world problem that requires the use of percentages to solve. Create a mathematical problem involving discounts at a store where the solution requires understanding of percentages. Formulate a word problem where students need to calculate the interest on a bank loan. So, yeah, this is very valuable. Um, Identify the mathematical concept. Generate a real world problem that involves craft, organize the problems. Example problem chain, speed problem, break even problem. Test the problem chain with different students and refine the problems. Okay, we'll go one more. One more. Empathy based prompts, useful for counseling or therapy chatbots. Let's call this architecture empathy based prompting. Okay. Identify the emotional context. Design empathy centered prompts. I'm here to listen to you. You're not alone. It's okay to feel this way. See, we can actually create a chat bot with these specifications. Let's continue generating. Test and deploy the bots. Integrate the empathy-based prompts into the bot's response system, allowing for empathetic conversation with users. The bot uses the sequence of prompts to guide its responses during user interaction. Test and refine the prompts. Test the prompts with different emotional contexts and refine them for effectiveness. Sounds like you're dealing with a lot. Can you tell me more? I can understand why you'd feel that way. Wow, it's not bad. How did your day at work make you feel? This sounds like it was really tough. I can imagine that must be really difficult. What are some ways you've coped with stress in the past? Therapy chatbot. All right, one more. Uh, Scenario based prompting. We already did that. So again, all of these thinking frameworks will fall under the concept based prompting. That's why they essentially follow the same different domains, but essentially the same formula. That empathy one was pretty nice. Great way to encourage practical thinking, design scenario based prompting, organize the prompts sequentially. Yeah, that was pretty simplistic. Okay. Um, did I? What was I supposed to write down? Examples. Ask the user input, reverse prompt the input. Ask the user input. Could you provide me ask for the user input? Input research paper. I don't understand why he would ask for the user input if you just put it there. Research paper on climate change and its impact on ecosystems. Reverse prompt the input. Provide accurate and precise output prompt that will generate the input. Okay. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it hasn't been playing for a while. I need a research paper. Reverse prompt based on input. You would like me to reverse engineer a prompt that is closer to your original request. Here's output prompt. Write a research paper exploring the impact climate change on ecosystems. Climate change and its impact on ecosystems. Huh. Okay. Okay, so you generated the output prompt, provide the accurate and precise output prompt that will generate the input. To generate your desired input, you could use the following prompt to write a comprehensive research paper on climate change is profound. Okay, I think you're giving it a sample input. It generates the output, and then it reverse engineers the output to generate the input. Okay, I got you. Okay. Do I like that? As for the user input, reverse prompt the input. Okay. So you need to supply an example. I'll stop it. Input for reverse GPT to generate an output. So that it can reverse engineer that output to an input it has created. I wonder if we fed. No. Mm-mm. Oh, that's confusing. It has created. You need to supply an example input for to generate an output for an example input. Goal 1 output. Goal 2, and that would be goal 3. I think this prompt. I think it has much more potential than what his example was. Goal 3, provide accurate. Okay, write a comprehensive research paper on climate change. Provide me with the prompt you'd like me to generate the output for. I need a research paper on climate change and its impact on ecosystems. Reverse prompt input. Based on your input, you would like me to reverse engineer your prompt. Original request. Here's a reverse prompt I have generated. Okay. Provide the accurate. All right. To generate your, you could do the following. Okay. Okay. I got you. I think. Hella confusing, but I think I got it. Um, I think I'm gonna keep. Ow. So this is more of a simple example. It's a pretty simple example as well. Actually, let's document. All right, let's capture this. This one's straightforward. It's straightforward. There's no guesswork about this one. All right. Here's. Well, instead of saying very, we'll say highly technical. Um, for a product description about iPhone 11. Okay. And that'll go as an example. All right. All right. You need to supply. Matter of fact, that goes up here. Okay. And that's straightforward. Okay. Enable reverse prompt engineering by prompt from okay. Blah blah blah. All right. So this is actually prompt one. Okay. Okay, and then we could say this is prompt 2. Okay. Enable reverse prompt engineering. We can improve this. Reverse prompt engineer the following. The following text. Reverse engineering prompting. Let's say, I don't know. Text. And we could say defined as creating a prompt from a given text. Reverse engineer the following text. And then we can have this. And then we'll put this into a code box. Okay. A highly technical. Look at me. Given text, reverse engineer the following text. A highly detailed reverse prompt. Well, this is asking for a template, not a prompt, though. We'll keep it as is. Matter of fact, let's test this. New. Browse. The key feature specifications and unique selling proposition that will be included in a highly technical product description of the iPhone 11. I've probably forgot to put the damn text. Okay. So it actually did what it was supposed to do. What are the key specifications? Included an iPhone 11. Give me another one. Given the specifics of the iPhone design and detailed and technically focused product description. These are all good. These are good. Okay. This create a highly technical template for a product. Um, a product description about the iPhone 11. A highly see technical focus product description on iPhone 11. Okay, that's better. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we got reverse prompt engineering from this guy. Awesome. Reverse prompt engineer the following product, capture the writing style and length of the text in detail. So prompt engineer the following product. What are the standout features and how do they enhance? Okay, capture the writing style and the length of the text in detail. It's kind of like what I did. I just consolidated it. You know, you don't need two prompts when one can do. Reverse engineer the following text. I could probably add capture the writing style and length of the text in detail. Capture the writing style and capture the length. Is that what that means? I think mine just works. Mine works as well. There's nothing special about um, that prompt. Okay. What else you got? In the following text, capture the tone and writing style of the all text coming from. And how does it differ from the blue ocean? So yeah, you can use websites. A red ocean strategy in business and how businesses gain a competitive advantage. Okay. So yeah, you're using meta prompting for it to create prompts for you. There are, of course, other meta prompting uh, styles. You got the rating system, thinking deeply. There's some other ones too. I can't remember. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, he has one more. No, that's surface level. Unleash your. Oh, he has prompts. Let's see. Uh oh. 15 kilobytes. The prompt will be used by you. You'll prompt near your goals. Assist me crafting a perfect. Okay, so these are meta prompts. Okay. Additional reverse prompts. Okay. So we'll swipe these. And we'll delete those. All right, guys, I'm going to hang it up for the night. And we will start machine learning. I'm not gonna make a promise to say this evening, as in Sunday evening, but I'm gonna try to get there. All right. Thank you all so much, and I will see you then.